Atletico Madrid. That's the two games we're going to do. I'm just waiting for it to go live on my stream, so hopefully that let's just have a quick look here. Actually, we should be live. Maybe we're not. Let's have a quick look. It's hard for me to know whether I'm live or not. It says I'm live, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I am. And if I am live, you're having a great time, aren't you? And if I'm not live, then you're not. But I should be live. Let's have a look. Yes, we are live. We're live! Why didn't it come up live for me first of times? Little shit. Anyway, we are live now. Lovely stuff. And you're very welcome this Wednesday evening. So please share the links because I'm a little bit late. I was looking at the Real Madrid team. Benzema, Hazard and Bale as a front three. It's interesting today. I'm really going to be keeping an eye on both of these because I thought the obvious game to go with to start off with was always going to be Real Madrid versus PSG. But then there's no Neymar, there's no Modric, there's no Ramos, there's no Cavani, and there's no Mbappe. So I was a little bit like, I don't know whether it is the game to do. But then there is a Cardi for PSG. So it's interesting, isn't it? It's interesting how tonight's going to go. But I hope you're all doing well. And Juve versus Atletico. Watch along. I'm live. Join me. I'm live, join me. And the games have kicked off. I'm going to have to start doing these a little bit early. Because we've kicked off in the PSG game and in the Atletico Madrid game. We'll go through a bit of team news. We'll get a bit of chat going. That's what we do on this channel. Please do subscribe. As you can see, we're very, very close to 90,000 subscribers. I think we're actually only about 40 short, although it says 900 there. YouTube have done this new thing now where they don't do it by the number. They do it by the 1,000 or the 100, I think it is. But we should see it change to 90,000. Today, anyway, lots of people tuning in, which is good. I'll tell you what, I'll talk to you in a little bit. I'm not in a good mood today. I'm a very big advocate of depression and mental health and things, and I've not had a good day today. I tweeted it out, but I am very open about it, and I think it's very important that as males are like that. And I know we'll have some females work on here as well, and of course you should be as well, but I think it's a real problem in males today, and mental health and mental health. When people talk about mental health, they think, like you're clinically mentally health. Look, mental health is everything about you. When you wake up in the morning with a smile on your face because you've got a stiffy in the shower, that's mental health because you feel good. It's all mental health is how you are doing mentally. And I've always been quite open about the fact that I do have some bad days, but we'll talk about that in a bit. I'm feeling good at the moment, and I'm glad that we're live and we're having a chat about football. And I think this PSG game looks good. I don't know what people think. I am massively behind on the Atletico Madrid Juventus game. That's because it's on my bloody phone again. It's so slow. And Mario Icardi, not very happy there. I think he thought he'd scored a goal. I think he thought he scored a goal. We do need to get the timer up and running as well. I'm very slow today. I apologise, but I'm just keeping an eye on this, and I think they wanted a bit of a VAR handball. All right, he's slightly unnatural there. Here we go. Oh, and I thought he was onside as well. Two dubious offside decisions there. Benzema trying to put Bale in. It'd be interesting to see if Bale does turn up tonight. But let's have a look. Ronaldo's playing tonight in the other game. De Ligt's playing. Pjanic, Bonucci, Danilo, Sandro, Matuidi, Khedira. That's quite a boring Juventus midfield, that is. Khedira and Pjanic with Cuadrado and Matuidi in it. I think that Juventus Atletico Madrid game is going to be quite boring, to be honest with you. I do. I really, really do. So I think we've picked the right game. I think PSG and Real Madrid is going to be the better game. And I think I'm going to be proved right on that. But we'll see. The proof's in the pudding. We can always change it. João Felix playing for Portugal, of course, and Atletico Madrid. He's not playing for Portugal tonight. But an interesting game nonetheless. We've got the timer up and running now. Finally, that's done. Apologies for being a little bit slow. And Can somebody tell me what minute you're on the Atletico Madrid Juventus game at the moment? Because I'm on minute 3. Well, nearly 3.5 minutes here, but what I'm watching on my screen has literally just kicked off for the Juventus game. 40% of women are on antidepressants. We aren't that bad, says Camilio10. I suspect you've got that wrong. I don't know what the situation with Ander Herrera is, but I am about to go through all the team news for you now, and then we can get into the good bits. We can get into the chat then. Spurs did draw 2-2 with Olympiacos. Yes, not a bad point for them, Spurs. Let's start off with PSG versus Real Madrid then, because there's a lot of injuries. A lot of injuries in this game. Navas in goal for PSG, formerly of Real Madrid. They've got Thiago Silva, Kimpembe, Bernat, Idrissa Gueye, Marquinhos, Verratti, Sarabia, Icardi and Di Maria. On the bench, they've got Paredes, Rico, Choupo-Moting, Karazi. Herrera's on the bench for PSG. Diallo and Kouassi. I mean, it's interesting for Herrera, isn't it? You know, on the bench for PSG, probably would have been a starter for United, but they didn't offer him the right contract. Real Madrid, Courtois, Carvajal, Varane, Militao, Mendy, Rodriguez, Casemiro, Kroos, Bale, Benzema and Hazard. I think this is the better game. I think low-key, this is the better game. I think Atletico Madrid versus Juventus. People are just trying to make out, oh, it's the new breed, it's the new game. This is a good game. You've got Icardi playing, Verratti playing, Idrissa Gueye playing, Marquinhos, Thiago Silva. It's a very good PSG side. All right, it hasn't got Mbappe and Neymar and Cavani, but it's still a good side. And Real Madrid, yeah, all right, you haven't got Modric, but you've got Bale, Benzema, Hazard, Junior's on the bench, Vinicius Junior on the bench, Jovic on the bench. So I'm happy with the choice I've made so far. We'll see how it goes. With regards to the other game, let me just give you the team news for that one, because we will be keeping an eye on both. Oblak, Trippier. Kieran Trippier is playing for Atletico Madrid. Savic, Jimenez, Dos Santos, Coke, Partey, Saul Niguez, Lemar, Sakeri and Diego Costa. Cristiano Ronaldo, Higuain, Cuadrado, Matuidi, Pjanic, Quidero, Andros, not Andros, I forget what his name is, who plays at left back, I should know it. De Ligt, Bonucci and Danilo. Ramsey's on the bench, Dybala's on the bench, Rabiot's on the bench, Bentancur's on the bench, Bernardeschi's on the bench. Very defensive Juventus team, that's what's annoyed me about that game. Dybala on the bench, Rabiot on the bench, Ramsey on the bench, Bentancur on the bench and Bernardeschi on the bench. It's a bloody strong bench, but some of those players should be starting. They really should. Is Sequeiro Joao Felix? Is that like the clever name for him? Number 7 for Atletico Madrid. Sequeiro. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. I've got to be honest. Anyway, let's get to the football. Oh, we've hit 90,000 subscribers as well. Thanks everybody. Yabba dabba do. Absolutely brilliant. We've hit 90,000 subscribers, which is great. That's a nice start to the show. PSG to win the Champions League since United ain't there to knock them out, says Jordan Such. Interesting theory. Fitness Unscripted Sharaf says, Mark, saw your tweet about your mood being off. Hope you are good now. You are regretting to watch Belgian Nathan Redmond in action. You should be up for it. Yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit in a bit, mate. But thanks for that contribution and point. Yeah, look, I think when you look at these squads, PSG, and you look at that bench, and you look at Real Madrid's depth, you look at Juventus bench, as I said, Juventus have got Aaron Ramsey, Rabiot, Dybala, Bentancur and Bernardeschi all on their bench. I mean, bloody hell. That is exceptional. And he's gone with quite a defensive team today, Allegri. I think that's a very defensive midfield. I think Verratti's going to go in the book there. It was a little bit late on Casemiro. But nice little ball into Bale to stretch his legs, get the cross in, and Hazard's got a tap in. Too long getting the touch in. Too long getting the cross in, but they're on the break. Could you give me a shout out on Twitter, says Evan Hughes. I think he just wants a shout out. At @green_United. There you go. I haven't watched the Ronaldo interview yet. No, because I was doing this last night. And then a little bit busy today. So, yeah, I've not done it yet. Right. 0-0 in both games. The earth is flat. Who are the single most bantered players in Real Madrid and PSG? Cheers, Goldbridge, says Gold Piece Prosperity. I think Real Madrid players do banter Bale a lot. I hope you're feeling better, mate, says Charlie Bass. Yes. And Verratti didn't actually get booked. I tell you what, I didn't realise as well, in my ignorance, I didn't realise that James Rodriguez was starting. So I definitely would have watched this game because I really do like James Rodriguez. And it'd be interesting to see which way this game goes. So let me confirm that lineup for you again. Rodriguez is playing with Casemiro and Toni Kroos in a midfield three, with Bale and Benzema and Hazard as a front three as well. I think that's a good. I think Real Madrid are one of my outsiders to win the Champions League anyway. But yeah, I've picked the right game. I don't care what anybody says. I've picked the right game. Sarri is the manager, not Allegri. Where did Allegri go? I've just sacked Sarri and gave him the job back. Oh, be careful getting caught with possession there. So, be nice to see Herrera come on, wouldn't it? But good bit of running there. Mendy playing at left back for Real Madrid. They're signing from Lyon. Timmy H, a girl ended it with me tonight. Any advice? Porn. In the short term, porn. In the long term, just get someone better. But in the short term, for tonight, porn. Allegri went off a bridge, says Tello Turner. I doubt it. Atletico is the better game, says Metro Boomin. No, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. I'm watching both anyway, but I'm team PSG Real Madrid. I think that's the better game. The proof will be in the pudding tonight. Hi Mark, would you take Erling Haaland for United, says Joshua Kane. Yes, because he looks a good player, but at the end of the day, the transfer window is closed. I think there's going to be more goals in Paris Saint-Germain versus Real Madrid than there will be in the Juventus game. Nice kit as well, that Real Madrid away kit. Anyway, nobody ever told me what minute are you on the Atletico Madrid game, because I can tell you I'm on. Well, I'll tell you when you tell me what you're on, and then I can see enough comments. What minute is it in the Real Madrid game? Because I'm coming up for 11 minutes on Paris Saint-Germain versus Real Madrid. Podcast comes out every Tuesday, Efren Ibrahim, for the United stand. Thanks for the contribution, Bob Lawson, who's also an Arsenal fan. Do you like Real Madrid, says Bo Boomer. I like Zidane. I do like Zidane. Anyway, they've got a free kick here, Real Madrid, and I really do like the away kit. 9 minutes 35, apparently, is what it is for that game, or around 9:30. I'm miles behind on the Atletico Madrid-Juventus game. So apologies for that. But we're up to date with the other one. I need to sort it out for the next games. I think this PSG Real Madrid game is really interesting because they're both going for it. Spurs drew 2-2 domestic Butler with Olympiacos. I didn't watch all of it. No, I've been out actually training. How are you watching both? Says Phil LUHG. So I've got one on the telly and one on my phone, which I've actually got my phone. You know, you can put your phone screen onto your laptop. So I've got phone screen on laptop, live comments, TV. Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Juventus. You beautiful people in the live comments. I don't really understand why Zidane went back either, Yusuf Ahmed, to be honest with you. I don't really understand. FIFA 20 tomorrow, Mark, says Big Man Steve. I don't think it's coming out till 4 p.m. So I won't be able to really play it as a stream because United are playing Europa League tomorrow night. So I'm going to be live on the United stand from about 7 o'clock. So I just don't think I'm going to get the time to stream. But Friday, I will be. Goal! We got a goal! It's Di Maria! It's Di Maria! Andale, andale, ipa, ipa! Di Maria, he's not Mexican, he's Argentinian, but it sounded good. In at the front post, puts it away. I told you this game's going to be the better game, and it is 1-0. 1-0 to PSG. Used to play for Real Madrid. Used to play for Manchester United as well. But this is, it looked a very, very straightforward goal. Di Maria, get lost with your stupid bloody... It's a well-worked goal. It's down the left-hand side. I think it's Bernat with the cross. Varane is nowhere near... Well, Varane's not the man, actually. It's Militao. Militao nowhere near Di Maria, and he's in at the front post. And Zidane will probably be quite pissed off. And all the snakes appear, quite rightly, all the snakes appear in the live comments. And I've just seen a chance for Jimenez just go over the bar for Atletico Madrid as well. But it's still 0-0 in that game. And Di Maria makes it 1-0 to PSG. And I told you this was going to be the better game. Listen to Goldbridge. That's what I say. Listen to me. I picked the better game. I get all the moaners saying, oh, the other game's the better game. We want goals after last night, and we want those goals early. And we bloody well got them. I need to change the score. And I tell you what, I've sort of low-key not been watching too much of La Liga so far. You know, sort of getting settled into the Premier League. And I've not really had a lot of time. I've watched a little bit of Serie A, but not really watched much La Liga. I've been keeping an eye on the scores, but not watched much of La Liga. And there is this real feeling that Zidane is in trouble, and that is very interesting. That is very interesting indeed, because he's got good enough players, and there is this feeling at Real Madrid that without Ronaldo, they're cursed. Is it that bad? I don't think so. I still think they're a good team. It's A up. What's that? We don't want that. That's last night. There it is. There it is. 1-0 to PSG. We've changed the score for you. No, we haven't. Yes, we have. We might have another goal here. Hazard! Oh, just wide. He would have scored that for Chelsea. He would have scored that for Chelsea. In the other game, I can tell you, Atletico Madrid are on top of Juventus, quite literally. They're not winning yet, though, but they are the better team from what I have seen. Anyway, we are where we are, and it's 1-0. It's 1-0 indeed to Real Madrid. Not really, it's Paris Saint-Germain. The Snake scores early doors. What do you think of Tuchel possibly being United manager if it doesn't work out with Oli? Says Rafa Fred. I don't really rate him, to be honest. Can you see an English team getting to the final again? Says Jordan Such. 100%. I don't know about you lot. I mean, let's get an answer to that for Jordan. I definitely think we will see another English team in the final this year. Why are they both wearing their away strips? Says Lewis Johnson. I suppose it's because Paris Saint-Germain's home kit has got white in it, hasn't it? So they've got to find a kit clash that works well. But PSG have started off really well here. Good bit of play here. Icardi to Di Maria. I think he's held on to that for too long. It wasn't actually Di Maria anyway on the run. But they're looking good. They're looking good. They've sold Navas for Thibaut. Laugh out loud, says Fitness Unscripted Sharaf Kamath. Who scored for PSG? I'm watching the Juve game, says Don Vito Cassion Varel. It was Di Maria, the snake. You should be able to pick that up from the live comments. There's a lot of snakes in there. And we've had a yellow card in the other game. And it's for Matuidi. PSG kit. I prefer the Real Madrid kit to the PSG kit, to be honest. I really like that Real Madrid blue kit. But it reminds me of United's one from last year. James Dean or Marlon Brando, says MUFC Mats. I mean, James Dean was long dead before I was born, and I don't think I've ever watched the James Dean film. So I'd have to say Brando because of The Godfather. The GOAT Clive Tilsley is on the Atletico game, says Mood Al Hassani. Tilsley's had his day. He's never going to beat, and Solskjaer has won it. He may as well retire. Lindelof has signed a new contract, dear. Yes. Good. It's good to have 3 good centre-backs. Twansibi as well. Do you think Man City will struggle with their centre-back issue, says Swifty? If I was Man City, I would just shift Fernandinho to the back and do what like Barcelona used to do with Mascherano. Hardeep Singh, 3 Cs. I don't care. Oh, look, Ronaldo's one of my favourite players, but I'm not really bothered about... I'm not going to watch a game that I think is going to be a bit boring. And to be honest with you, remember Atletico Madrid versus Juventus in the Champions League last year? That was a domination, wasn't it? From Atletico Madrid in the home leg. Ollie said Mason will be involved in the Astana games as Tyler Jackson, so this could be as a sub. No, he's starting. Do you not? Watch the United stand. If you want proper United news, watch the United stand. I did that video, Tyler, at 1:30 this afternoon. The reaction to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's press reaction was that Mason Greenwood is starting. Not that he might be a sub. He is starting the game. S for starting. PSG in front here. And PSG again, trying to get a cross in down that left-hand side. They really are getting at Carvajal down the right-hand side at the moment. And Real Madrid did start off quite well, but they're not really doing too much at the moment. That's a good ball. Oh, come on. They've got to do better than that. You got to do better than that, boy. Do you think Man City will struggle? No, I've answered that, Swifty. Like, look, don't repeat the same bloody answer, the same question when I've actually answered it. That's just really lazy, because that just means you're copying and pasting your question and not actually listening to the fact that I've bloody answered it. The match against Atana will be massive for us, Mark, says Dia. Mark, score prediction for Man United's game tomorrow, says Dylan. I'm going to go with 4-0 United. Good cross in there for PSG. And it's cleared. Now Jamie Wiltshire's at it. Would you play Axel Twansibi tomorrow, Mark? Watch the United stand Ole Gunnar Solskjaer press conference reaction and you would know Greenwood and Twansibi are starting. Ollie said it himself. Any comments on the absurd choice of dress for PSG and Madrid, Mark? It confused me at first. There is an absurdity to this because PSG are at home and obviously Real Madrid are away. PSG are playing in a white kit and Real Madrid are playing in a dark blue kit. But the reason for that is that PSG's home kit, although it's got dark blue on it, it's got a big splash of white. So Real Madrid could not play in white because there would be a kit clash, and they couldn't play in blue because there would be a kit clash. So the only way they could do it was to put PSG in their away kit and Real Madrid in their away kit, and then you don't get a kit clash. There you go. When is the next round of Champions League games? I don't know who's playing who, so I haven't made a decision on what watch-alongs I'll do for those, to be honest with you. Dylan Wright says, I think it's going to be PSG 3, Real Madrid 2, because it's a great game. It is a good game. I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying it. Let's see if I can get my earpiece in here. Hello! That's alright. That's alright. So yes, it's Di Maria who's put them in front so far. It's too early to be talking about Man United versus West Ham. When is the Milan derby watch-along, Thomas Spragg? And I will tell you whether I'll do a watch-along for it. I know the Madrid derby's coming up soon, but I can't do it because it's on the 28th and I'm out that night, so I can't do it. I would like to have done that. Manchester United game is on television tomorrow if you live in the UK and you've got BT Sports, Ollie Burton. I don't think you can get any European football domestically in the UK anymore, i.e. it's not on BBC or ITV. Remember when Champions League used to be on ITV? I think it's a disgrace. I think it should be. I think it bloody well should be, to be honest with you, but it isn't. It isn't. Dynamo Zagreb are winning 1-0 against Atlanta, if you're interested in that. Every other game is 0-0 apart from Lokomotiv Moscow, who are beating Bayer Leverkusen 1-0. No, no limit, we'll reach for the sky. No valley too deep, no mountain too high. Remember them? Where did Liverpool go on from the Napoli loss, says Shafiq Ismail. I don't think Liverpool will bother that much. I don't think they're going to matter that much. Asil, you're getting on my nerves, so you're going in a timeout. And where did Liverpool go? Yeah, we've read that. Stop repeating the same questions. And Inter fans realising how bad Lukaku is, Marks, as he according. He'll score a lot of goals. He'll score a lot of goals, will Lukaku. But he ain't ever going to find a first touch, is he? Let's be honest. He'll never find a first touch. So I don't think that... I certainly do not miss him at Manchester United. I was very happy that we got rid of him. Very happy indeed. Well, this game settled down a little bit. Still 0-0 Juventus Atletico Madrid. I predicted that. But PSG looking like the slightly better team after 25 minutes thus far. City are winning 1-0, says Misha. Yeah, well, they're always going to win, aren't they, City? How on earth is Benzema still a Real Madrid player, says Marvin Million. He does a good job for Atletico Madrid. I think he gets a lot of bad press, Benzema, but he does do I think his work rate is probably second to none. It's absolutely fantastic, the sort of work that he puts in. And that isn't unforgotten. And PSG nearly going 2-0 up there. Good shot, good block. Still PSG coming forward here. They've got them on the ropes, have they? Bloody see this. It's getting on my nerves. Three attempts each for Paris Saint-Germain and Real Madrid thus far. I've said thus far too many times tonight. Bale to score a worldie, says Robert Brennan. Do you think City will win any big trophy this season, says Freddie Mercury? Unfortunately, I think they will. I actually think a lot of people are making a lot of big news out of the fact that Man City have got injuries at the back. They're still a very, very good team, and they could just go back to the way of we're going to score more than you. Fitness Unscripted says, Benz has scored 226 goals for Madrid. What's wrong with people? 4 Champions League, 2. Well, there you go. There's a defender of Benzema, if ever I heard one. And why not? Why not give him a bit of credit? PSG are knocking on the door to get the second goal at the moment, though. I'll give them that. Bang, bang, bang. I'm just very tired at the moment, you know. Very tired. Oh God. Dixie Noma says Mbappe at United. I think these sort of things, these sort of conversations really need to stop. I don't think they do the club any good. Like, if there is a United fan out there that thinks we can bring Kylian Mbappe to United, realistically, football's not for you. Just, you know, we need to grow up with those sort of thoughts. I think Sancho could happen because he's English and he's sort of hinted at United. But, you know, that's just a rarity. You know, that's not going to be happening anymore. We're not that sort of football club. We're not that sort of football club anymore. On Blood Brothers, if anybody's watched it on the United Stand episode 3 today, that's pre-season done. So we're going into the proper season now, of which we've already played our first game. It's just embargoed the results. So they are going to start coming out over the next few weeks. How much did Icardi go for in the end, says official Loco. I actually don't know. I actually don't know what he went for. I don't know. Does anybody know? I don't. I really don't. I'll have to bloody tell you, mate, but I just do not know what he went for. Real Madrid on the attack here. James Rodriguez going backwards instead of forwards. That's not good enough. That is not good enough. How I can't see why this isn't working. Bloody phone's going rubbish here. I'm gonna have to just give up in a minute. Oh no, we might be alright. We might be alright. Well, they've got a free kick here, Real Madrid. Not a bad position. You've got James Rodriguez and Gareth Bale on it. Oh, sod it. I'm getting fed up with this. I'm having real problems with Juventus versus Atletico Madrid. Apologies, but it's just pissing me off. So I'm just going to focus on Paris Saint-Germain versus Real Madrid. I might turn it on in the second half. We'll see how it goes. Oh, it was a loan move for Icardi. He's on loan, says BCSS Dragana. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. Bottom right hand corner. The next watch along on here. Well, actually, we're just going to watch this free kick from Bale. Oh, I tell you what, he hit it quite well. But it's just over the bar. Zidane gives him a clap. It's going to be interesting to see what Bale does this season, to be honest. Pork or beef, says Dan11. Depends on my mood. At the moment, I prefer pork to beef. I've got to be honest. I really do like pork, especially at this time of the year, the autumnal lights, autumnal night with some red cabbage and a nice bit of stuffing. Pork and stuffing, eh? What better combination on many levels? I tell you what, that Gareth Bale free kick was good. It was just over the bar. Alex Productions is a City fan, but he likes the content. Keep it up. Yeah, make sure you subscribe if you're new. Please do share the video. Yeah, just while we've got a lull then at half an hour. A few people saying, hope you're feeling all right, Mark. I did put a tweet out this afternoon saying I'm not having a very good day. And, oh, chance for PSG. Goal! What a goal that was as well. It's Di Maria again. He's done it again. The Snake's on a hat-trick. The Snake is on the hat-trick. And PSG are in, well, Real Madrid. Lots of talk of Zidane not lasting long, which I haven't really ever understood. I'm starting to understand it now, because it is not going his way, is it? It's 2-0 to PSG. As we come back here, I think it's Idrissa Gueye who does all the work. And the way... it's a good finish by Di Maria. I don't care what anybody says about Di Maria. He's a good player. He's right on the edge of the box. But the backlift he gets on it and the precision he gets on it, you've got to say, that's a very, very good goal. And keeper can do nothing about it. And it's PSG 2-0. And I told you this game was an interesting one. And it is an interesting one. And Mbappe and Neymar are having a right good smile with each other. But it's not good news. It's not good news for Zidane in his native France. It's 2-0, everybody. And it's Di Maria, who, to be honest with you, he's very hard to warm to, isn't he? He's a bit of a CUNT. But it's 2-0. And, yeah, fair play to PSG, but I don't like Di Maria. I just don't like him, and he's got 2. Bale. He's got a goal! He's got a goal! Gareth Bale, 2-1. The Welsh wizard. I don't really think he means this. He sort of does a bit of juggling on the edge of the box. PSG are trying to say it shouldn't be a goal. It's that Anthony Taylor who's the referee, who's an absolute clown. And it's 2-1. I want to see this back again from Bale. I want to know if it's luck or genius. What a goal, Bale, says Aaron Gorley. But the VAR, there might be a bit of VAR on this. Di Maria has stuck his big snaky mouth in it. But let's see. Oh, why can't we see the bloody goal again? This is what I hate about VAR. We know. Just show us. Show us the goal. No, there's no handball. Well, it does hit his hand. Is that deliberate? It sort of lands on his hand. I don't think that's a handball. But I don't know. I don't understand the rule. I don't understand the rule. It's going to VAR. I think Bale knows it's not going to be given. What's the rule on handball? That's bloody harsh. Harsh, I think. Harsh on Bale, that. Handball rule is stupid. It's just no deliberacy in that. It actually drops onto his hand. But I imagine the actual rule is that is just a handball. So yeah, it led it's any kind of handball that leads to a goal. And it's unfortunate because I think he would have scored. What happens is the ball drops, and his hand's like that, and the ball drops and hits his hand, hardly touching his hand, and then as it drops to the ground, he lobs it. If it hadn't hit his hand, he still would have lobbed it in. Unfortunate. Drunk says, Mark, come on, clearly a handball. Drunk, I've played the game. That's not a deliberate handball. The rule's stupid. I accept it's a handball in the letter of the law, but the rule is stupid. It's not. And Llorente's goal that he scored against City last year for Spurs, am I right in saying that wouldn't have been a goal last year? Because that's the same sort of thing. Kill handball and kill VAR. What's up, Mark? Says Alvin Blocks. Exactly. I just think it's a stupid rule. But as I understand it, any ball that hits a hand now and goes to a goal will mean no goal. Handball rule is that the hand has to be in a natural silhouette mark, says the Leon's 100. Yeah, I don't know what your interpretation is there, but it's a shame because it would have helped the game a lot, and it's just a stupid rule. Rules are rules, says David Dillon. And what are you drinking tonight? I've got a good cup of peppermint tea on the go. Marcus Wright, Mark, you speak utter nonsense. You might want to learn to spell it, mate. You spell utter shite. So there you go. And Alex Production says, Mark, you are right about Llorente's goal. So the Llorente goal that basically put City out of the Champions League last year would not have been a goal this season, because the new rules say that, and Icardi's nearly had a chance there, any handball, deliberate or not, that leads to a goal means the goal gets disallowed. So the referee is absolutely correct. The rule is absolutely correct. There is no way that Gareth Bale had advantage from that handball or intentionally handballed it. It basically scrapes across his hand. He would have lobbed it anyway. But because there is a hand before the ball goes in, that is the rule. So therefore it's not a goal. I just think it's a bit of a stupid rule. There we go. But it's also the reason that Spurs got a point against City this season. Because City scored a goal and the ball hit a hand unintentionally and the goal was disallowed. So it's a stupid rule. And the reason I say it's stupid is because I think, and I don't know what you lot think here, but I think the reason I think it's stupid is handball should be unnatural hand position or intentional handball. Those two things should be the reason. Was Bale's hand in an unnatural position? No, it was down by his side. Was it intentional? No, it hit his hand slightly. It should be a goal, but that by the rule it isn't. Kyle, and look, if you're going to type in there handball all day, lad, listen to what I'm saying. I know the rule. I just think the rule is stupid, because you're basically saying a handball when your hand's in a natural position, and a handball where, you know, it's not deliberate is now a handball. I think that's stupid, but it is the rule. Sebastian Anderson says, congratulations for 90,000 subscribers. Yes, please do subscribe to the channel if you're new. Bottom right hand corner. John O'Brien says, I hope you're feeling okay today. Love from Cork. Yes, I was going to talk about that. So today, Tuesday's normally my dark day. And when I say my dark day, this is what I call it to my corner here. This is what I call it to my friends and family. So basically, I put a tweet out today. I said I'm not feeling very good. I've just been doing some DIY to get myself active, and then I've just been speaking to a few people I haven't spoken to for a while to, you know, make myself feel a bit better. Because today, to be honest with you, I just wasn't in a very good place. But this happens to me quite a lot, and I'm sure it happens to a lot of people. And I know we've got females watching, etc., but I can't relate to females. I don't have periods. I don't have tits. And, you know, nothing wrong with that, of course, but women and men are different. If you don't know that, you're in for a very big shock when you get naked with your first girlfriend. But, yeah, but obviously men, I can relate to being a man. And I do get probably 3 or 4 days a month where I just feel a little bit down. It's not depression. I wouldn't want to be on tablets or anything like that. But I'm very big on this. I just think that people think too many people hide how they feel, and that's the worst thing you can do. And too many people think that you've got to be like literally, you know, crying in the shower every morning for a year to be classed as depressed, and that's not the case. I think everybody has this expectation. I think social media, I think Instagram is terrible for it. You know, every picture you put up on Instagram is always the flawless picture, like you're living the flawless life, and it gives people an unreal expectation in modern society. But also, for me, I have a good life. I've got a great life, but I do just sometimes, for no reason, have a day where I just don't feel that good. But for me, I'll always let people know about it, because I've seen too many people die. Too many people get into bad situations because they don't talk up. It's the same with addiction or anything like that. Tell people how you feel. So I feel absolutely fine. So everybody who says, oh, you know, how you doing? I'm absolutely fine. I'm doing something I absolutely love at the moment, watching football, talking with all you lot. But I'm always very open to the fact that I do sometimes have days where I don't feel that good. And, you know, if there's one person watching tonight, or there was one person who saw my tweet earlier and thinks, oh, I get like that sometimes, it's all right to feel like that. That's the message. And my message would be, and I'm no expert, is just be open to it. Accept it when you feel like it. Don't get mad with yourself because you feel down. Don't get guilty with yourself because you feel down when everything around you is good. The brain is a ridiculously weird and complex machine. It's not a machine, actually. It's an organ, I think. And all sorts of chemicals, all sorts of things can make you feel... You know, the most happiest people in the world have committed suicide because they have like an imbalance in their mind or whatever it is that just you can't control your moods. Basically, you can't control your moods. So if you ever do feel like that, don't feel guilty about it. It's normal, and just talk about it. And tomorrow's a new day, and I know tomorrow I'll wake up and be absolutely fine. Big ups to you, Mark. It's not easy to admit to others when you don't feel right, says the veteran trainer 80. I just think it's so important, and I don't. I'm not a sexist. I love women. My mum's one, but I don't know how women are with their sort of mental health. I don't know, because there's some very different things that happen to women that can impact on that. But as a man, I know how it is, and I know that sometimes I just don't feel good. I always say to the wife that, like, I'm having one of those days where the dark clouds over me, and it's like a bit of a fuzzy feeling. Your mood's down. There's no reason for it though, and I do think we need to be open to it, because I actually think everybody has some level of that. They might just not want to admit it, but it's you certainly shouldn't feel guilty about it because you can't control it. Opinions on the Lindelof contract renewal, says Toby Seffer. Good. It's a good move for United, because I think Twansibi will be good in the future. We've just bought Harry Maguire, but as we've seen with all these injuries, you need to have 3 really good centre-backs. Look at Man City. BCSS Dragano says, if you were a PSG fan, what would you think of Neymar? He's your best player, almost like United and Pogba, but less crap of a team. Well, it's interesting with Neymar at the moment. What would you lot do? Because I think with Neymar, he's been so disrespectful and obviously trying to leave the club. PSG are basically like Man City, aren't they? But they're a little bit different because they do have a history. PSG are a decent footballing team. They've just now got loads and loads of money. But for all that, they've got a hardcore element, and they do not like Neymar because he has disrespected their club. And I respect PSG fans for that. Hit it! Oh, God, Bale deserves a goal. Just shoots wide. Good interactive play there. And gets it back on the edge of the box. Smashes it with his left foot. Just wide. Deserve a goal, Real Madrid, to be honest. They do deserve a goal. They seem to get a little bit of bad luck. Just wide of the post. But yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. I agree with the PSG fans giving Neymar a load of shit. Piss off, you spoilt little twats. Don't care if you're one of the best players in the world. You don't ever want to be in that situation. And Pogba and Neymar are very different. Like, Pogba's done it in a very professional way. Neymar's been a little bit more mopey. And also, Neymar is a very, very good player. There's no doubt that. I wish he was playing tonight because I like watching him. But he's a bit of a cretin as a person. And he's not a very likeable person. I think some of the PSG fans don't actually like him anymore. And they're like, you know what? We'd rather get rid of him and get somebody else in. And that's the way football should be, because football's for the fans. It's not for the fucking players who have bad attitudes. How do you move on from a girl, Mark? Says Els Horton. Take your time. Think a lot. Think of everything you've got. 'Cause you may still be here tomorrow, but your girl may not. I've changed the lyrics a little bit for you there. But look, at the end of the day, what becomes of the broken-hearted? They mend their heart and they go again. It always feels bad when a relationship breaks down, especially when you don't want it to. And it could be a girl or a boy. But the reality is, take your time, heal. But I tell you what, it's like anything. It's like any mood. It's like losing someone you love. It's like heartbreak. I'm telling you, I'm old enough to tell you this. And look, I'll be in those situations and I'll be like, I don't believe you. But I've been through it myself. Time's a great healer. Time's a great healer. And if it hurts that she's gone, that she's left you, even if she's doing your best mate and sending you little clips on Insta, you'll get over it. You'll see the funny side. You'll all be laughing about it in a couple of weeks. We're at half time anyway. We're at half time. Weird game. It's a weird one. It's a really weird one. and I don't apologise for picking this game because I think it's the better game. I think I've been proven right, haven't I? Because it's still 0-0 in Atletico Madrid Juventus, which is a nice glamorous tie, but I knew it wasn't going to have goals in it. And Lokomotiv Moscow are beating Bayer Leverkusen 1-2. Shakhtar Donetsk are losing to Man City 2-0. Goal scorers in that game are Mahrez and Gundogan. Just as a matter of interest, actually, just to let you know how Man City have lined up defensively. They've got Kyle Walker, Otamendi, Fernandinho, Zinchenko. They're doing what I said they should do. Put Fernandinho at centre-back like Mascherano used to play at centre-back for Barcelona. That's exactly what he's done. Bayern Munich are winning 1-0 against Red Star Belgrade. And the goal scorer in that is Kingsley Coman. And, of course, it's 2-0 in this game. Di Maria with 2 goals, one of the most unlikable footballers in football. But to be honest with you, his first goal was pretty straightforward at the front post. His second goal from outside the box was very, very good. He hit it well. Hi everyone, says the Batman channel. Here he is. How is Hazard playing, says Bad News Kojo7. The Invisible Man. The Invisible Man. Hazard has been the Invisible Man thus far. And if I say thus far again, I'm going to put myself in a timeout. I do not know why I keep saying it. It's irritating even me now. But Hazard's been very quiet. Bale's been involved. Controversial, not really. Goal 2-0 to Real Madrid. Gareth Bale scores straight after. Goal given, then VAR ruled it out. Basically, he's bobbling it about. As the ball comes down to hit, his hand's right next to his body. It clips his hand. He lobs it in. There's no advantage from the handball. There's no deliberate element from the handball. His hand is not in an unnatural position. But the rule is, any handball, as long as the ball touches the hand, any handball where the ball touches the hand that leads to a goal is struck off. It doesn't matter about deliberacy. It doesn't matter about arm dynamic. It's struck off. It's a stupid bloody decision. Think back to Real Madrid, Man City against Spurs in the semi-final last year. Llorente scores for Spurs. It clips his hand a bit. It's not deliberate. Goal given. This year, that goal is not given in the new rules. The new rules stink. The new rules stink because it was a good goal by Bale. And it's not good. It's not good. Hazard is on the bench, says Craig Rays. He's actually on the pitch. He's actually on the pitch. Have you ever suffered with anxiety, says Brad the Lad. Yes. I'm actually thinking about doing a video of this on the United stand, actually. Please do subscribe to the channel, everybody, if you're new, because we've just gone down to 89,900. So please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. We are doing loads of watch-alongs on this channel this year. And FIFA 20 starts Friday. I'm going to start my FIFA 20 streams on Friday. Can't bloody wait. No more FIFA 19. Will FIFA 20 provide me with the medicine I need? We're going to be doing career mode, FIFA Ultimate Team. So I can't wait to start that. Our next watch along after this one will be Liverpool versus Chelsea on Sunday night. Lots of content on here. Everybody is welcome on here. Everybody. Doesn't matter who you support. Even Arsenal fans are welcome. So equilateral chatting is what I would say. Who's your Champions League winner, Mark? Says Daniel Wright. Well, funnily enough, one of my predictions for the Champions League was Liverpool, Man City, Juventus, or Real Madrid. But why are Real Madrid in crisis, everybody? Because I don't get it. He's got a good team there. That midfield three of Cruz, Casemiro, and Rodriguez. All right, Modric is out, but it's still a very good midfield three. Front three, you've got Hazard, Bale, and Benzema. Very good front three. So what is going wrong with Real Madrid? I mean, look at PSG. They're 2-0 up and they're missing Mbappe, Cavani and Neymar. Real Madrid, for some reason, it's not all going well. And that old adage of why go back? Why did Zidane go back? Why did he go back? I don't know. I will not be trying out Pro Evo, Michael James. I'm a FIFA boy. I came here to hear about Mark's football opinions, but I stayed for the personal mental discussions and relationship issues. Love it, Mark. Keep it up, says Shafiq Ismail. These are the sort of things we do on this channel. You know, we all love our football, but we will delve into stuff other stuff. And thus far, right? I'm off thus far. Fucking thus far. Why is that? I'm not from I'm not from Shakespeare land. Thus far. What a twat. I'll tell you what I'm really enjoying at the moment. Netflix. Top Boy, very good. I don't know why I don't know about this before, because actually it's Series 3. It's been on Channel 4, Series 1 and 2, but very, very good. Very, very good. What did you have for dinner? I had a stir-fry with chicken. The chicken was dead. No, he properly fisted it. How can you say it wasn't deliberate, says Fazan Shamim. He didn't fist it. And that you make it sound like it's something else. Fazan, I suggest you go and play football, mate, because there is no way that Gareth Bale deliberately hits that with his hand, because he doesn't need to. It hits his hand. But the rule says it's a handball. So I just don't like the rule. I'm not arguing to say the goal should have been given, because the rule says it's got to be a handball. But there's no deliberacy there. FIFA 20 career mode will start on Friday, unknown person. Have you seen The Man in Black lately, says Sir Alex Ferguson? No. Have you seen... no, I've not. Zidane is the French Roy Hodgson. Yeah, well, he's won 3 Champions Leagues in a row, mate. Mark, will you be playing Red Dead anytime again, says Sidash Pisharati. I could do it as a bloody charity stream for a few hours, couldn't I? But the reality is probably not. I just found it so boring. Thoughts on Season 5 Peaky Blinders thus far, says Sebastian Anderson. I'm going to really upset people here. I think that Peaky Blinders Season 5 is very, very, very unstructured, confused, and certainly not their best. I think it's such a good series with such good characters that everybody just loves it anyway. But I don't actually think it's a very good season. I think it's not really got the... I thought last season with the Italian and Adrian Brody in it was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Really tense and really good. This one, maybe it's more the Thinking Man's Peaky Blinders series, but I don't think it's that good actually. It's just such a good series that it's so watchable, but I don't think the storyline's been that interesting. They're just showing the Bale goal again. No, there's no handball there. It's his body movement. It's not. Well, there is a handball, but it's not deliberate. Which Champions League team will drop to Europa League after group stage? My guess is Inter Milan, says Shishar Sandeep. Yeah, definitely. I think they will. They will. Why no FIFA tomorrow, says Sibisi? Because FIFA 20 comes out at 4 o'clock tomorrow, as far as I'm understanding it, and on early access. And United are playing tomorrow night, so how am I supposed to play FIFA at 4 o'clock when I've got to do United stand at around 7 o'clock? It's just, I'd rather wait till Friday. Craig Ray says, Mark, you're looking cute today. I don't think I am, Craig. As I said, I'm not feeling it today. I'm not in a very happy place. So I've got my little... I feel a bit vulnerable, to be honest. I'm sat here in my little hoodie, not feeling that good. But if you think I look cute and I need a cuddle, I probably do. Nothing more than that, just a cuddle. Play Rocket League, says Dottie the Cat. I used to play Rocket League. I haven't played it for ages. I do like Rocket League. Do you think we will win the Premier League before 2025, says Druvsjar. Well, we're not winning it this year, which is 2020. I don't think we're winning it next year, which is 2021. I think United can win the league before 2025, but God, we're getting close to 10 years, man. Getting close to 10 years. I will laugh if we play Inter, says Jake. I would love to United to play Inter Milan, and Sainsbury's car park is back in the house. F says, Mark, you're one of the funniest people I've ever seen. Cheer up. You know what? I'm not saying I'm a comedian, but most comedians are manic depressives. And I've got a very good theory on this. I think I'm going to do it on the Goldbridge channel, Mark Goldbridge. Now is not the time. How about playing Assassin's Creed? Never played it, George Kranos. Emmy Arnav has just come out with the best comment ever. He says, we'll all be gone in 70 years. We won't. We won't all be gone in 70 years. I'll be gone in 70 years, but not all of you will be gone in 70 years, because some of you might be 15, 14. That's only 85. Even the 20-year-olds will still, some of you will be here, because you'll be 90. Even the 25-year-olds, some of you will be still here. So we won't all be gone in 70 years. We'll all probably be gone in... I'd say we'll all be gone in 90 years. Yeah. Jordan Such, did you watch Midsummer Murders, and also will you be watching the Rugby World Cup? I don't watch Midsummer Murders. I will be watching some of the Rugby World Cup. What's your opinion on bullying, says Logan Vlogs. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. And I don't like it. What are you doing? When are you doing your Minecraft Let's Play, says Joshua Kane. Never. I'm not doing Minecraft. And has Hazard done well, says your nan. No, your mum. She hasn't. What? Wait, if you go, who's taking over the United stand, says Epic Challenge, bro. Yeah, in 70 years. I can't believe how you've took that as me leaving the United stand. What the question was, we'll all be gone in 70 years. And I said, I'll be gone in 70 years. I'll be well over 100 in 70 years' time. I will not be doing the United stand in 70 years' time. But hopefully it will evolve into something. I mean, in 70 years' time, will YouTube even be a thing? You know, you'll probably be buying virtual thin air of, I don't know, God knows what we'll be doing in 70 years. We might all be gone in 70 years. But maybe that's what he meant. We might all be gone in 70 years because of global warming or something. I don't know. Enjoy the day. Seize the day. Carpe diem. Is that what that means? Do you think this is Pep's last season, says Bodak Jade? I hope so. I think the sooner Pep goes from Man City, the better. Because he's a good manager and he's playing on a level that's way above everybody else because of the open checkbook. Kane or the Undertaker, says Stone Cold. Undertaker for me. The Phenom. I tell you what, that's something I would have loved to have done. I would love to have been doing this in my early 20s. I'd love to be doing this now in my early 20s and I'd love wrestling to have been then as well, because some of the wrestling games now are brilliant. I'd love to be live streaming some of them, but I just don't watch wrestling anymore. Man United versus Arsenal predictions, says Bad News Kojo. United are going to win. They're definitely not going to lose to Arsenal at Old Trafford. If Arsenal can't beat, and I'm going to read that one out. If Arsenal can't beat United under Mourinho, and they didn't last year, they're not going to beat Ollie. Camper Beats, Camper Bats says, rest in peace to Fernando Rickson. Such a shame. Yeah, I'm going to say I would. Thanks for that comment, because I would not have remembered to say it, but it's tragic. I've seen a lot of videos of him over the last couple of years, suffering with this, ex-Rangers player, only 43 years of age, died today, had the motor neurone illness, which is just, it's horrific. It's absolutely horrific to keep your mental, to keep your brain intact and basically lie, watching your body shut down. It's ridiculously sad, and rest in peace. Fernando Rickson. It's a horrible illness, and a horrible illness for everybody who gets it, and a horrible illness for anybody who has to nurse their loved ones through it. Absolutely horrible. Right, it's right up there with Alzheimer's and cancer. I don't know why am I ranking illnesses. It's not a bloody league table of illnesses for people. In at number 3, it's bowel cancer. But no, horrible illness. There are 2 different top boys. Which one is better, says Fitness Unscripted Strathcombe. And actually, that's one of the reasons I just must be honest here. We're about to kick off for the second half. I did a live 24-hour charity stream a couple of years ago. I don't know how I managed to do it. 24 hours of live streaming. Raised about $9,000 doing it. I don't think I could do a 24-hour stream now. It nearly killed me. Like, it's so hard to do it for 24 hours and stay awake as well. And I did it because my gran died of cancer and one of my friends died of cancer, and he was only and I'm not doing Michael Caine. he was only 42 or 41 and left a young family. And I was doing some painting today and I didn't feel very good. That's why I was doing some physical exercise. And I was listening to some of the music that I like. And one of the songs came on and it really reminded me of him. So that made me feel even worse. But yeah, you know, it's that old cliche, isn't it? Life can be, in relation to the Rickson lad, it's life can be really, really cruel, and it sometimes makes you think why. But then my flip side to that is, you know, life can be amazingly good as well. And if you don't have the good, if you don't have the bad, how can you appreciate the good? You know, it's all part of life's tapestry, isn't it? And we're up and running this game anyway. Can Real Madrid get back into it? I actually think PSG might score again. Why does Mark look like Owen Jones, the journalist, says Abdi Sayed? How's about why does Owen Jones, the knobhead journalist, look like Goldbridge? You know, lucky man. I'm not looking like him. He's a prat. And who's winning the Champions League? Says Ollie Man. I used to know someone called Ollie Man, and he was a nice lad. I think that I think that Manchester City or Liverpool can win the Champions League, and I think that Juventus they can win it too, and I feel Real Madrid can do it. I know it's very early days, but they can. Mark, we are only using 30% of our brain. We are only just understanding it, says Liam Deegan, and he's put up some Irish poppies there. I tell you what. I've just thought of a really good... This is what we do on That's Football as well. Real Madrid on the attack here with Mendy. Hazard has had a touch on the ball there. Gives it to Kroos. Hazard needs to get into the game a lot more. He's been very quiet so far. It's a goal for Juventus. What a goal for Juventus. Juventus have scored. I wish group drawings were 100% random and no pots, says Shord Bordner. Nah, because you know what happened then? You might get a really great group and a really crap group. Fitness Unscripted Sharath Kamass says, my mum has breast cancer and she's almost done with treatment. It's so tough seeing her, but it actually makes people around her be better people. I hope she's almost done from treatment because she's going to get better, Sharath, and you get all our thoughts as well. PSG are on the attack here, but it's a bad ball by Di Maria on the break. Cuadrado scored for Juventus. Bilal Hussein says CBD or DMT. I'm probably being really thick, but I don't know what they stand for. Juventus leading 1-0. That'd be a big result for Juventus if they can win it. Boring game though. And would you rather die? Oh God, I'm Marcus Wright. My brain doesn't need to read those sort of comments, to be honest with you, because that'll be in my head now. My question was going to be, somebody said on Twitter the other day, if you don't think Fanta Orange is the best orange drink, you're an idiot. And I replied and went, well, you're wrong, because Club Orange is the best fizzy orange drink you can buy. But you can't get it in this country. It's Irish. And if we've got any Irish brethren in the house, then you will know that Club Orange is bar none the best fizzy orange drink you can get. It's got bits of orange in it. It's that good. Packet of buffalo flavoured hunky dories and you're in heaven. Oh God, this stream's going a bit deep. It is a watch along for football, but Gamer Forever has just said, "Are you scared of death, Mark?" I think everybody is, aren't they? I think everybody is. I do think there's. Having said that, I think there is a point. Having spoken to a few old people, I think there is a point where you aren't anymore, and you're just ready for it because you're tired. You get it in Northern Ireland as well, says Huge Ass 97. There you go. Club Orange, it's brilliant. I tell you where you do get Club Orange as well. If you're in Birmingham, on the Robin Hood roundabout in Acock Green, there is an Irish butcher's and they sell it there. Yeah, we go and get our meat from there sometimes just to get Club Orange. It's fantastic. Slider Shotter says, big up Ireland, big up the Irish. Yeah, we love the Irish, so we do. And it's deadly, mate, says Ryan Bajungo. Club Orange is elite, says Danny. And Harry Stokes says fizzy orange bits. I'm not doing it justice by saying that. You're thinking of bloody Tropicana orange juice with bits in it. It's not like that. It's bloody lovely. Cheeky Chicken says he's not scared of death. It comes for all of us anyway. Especially if KFC are about. But, yeah, look. It's too deep for this. It's too deep for this. Ask me on Mark Goldbridge. FIFA early access tomorrow. Yes, Jack Ritchie. We are going to be doing a bit of FIFA stuff. On this channel. So make sure you subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. Can Real Madrid get a goal back? Cruz shoots from distance, and they're going to clear it now. Shane Barker says, if you could interview anyone, dead or alive, who would it be and why? Oh, God. I'd like to interview Steve McQueen. He's one of my idols. As a movie star, yeah. I don't think there's that many interesting people. I think the older you get, the less interesting people get, because you become more aware of life, and a lot of these people that are celebrities are just people and have their own weaknesses. So some of the people I'd like to interview are probably people that you wouldn't expect, like I'd actually like to have an interview with Liam Gallagher. I think he'd be very interesting. I like Robbie Williams. I didn't used to like his music at all, but I actually quite like him. I think he's an interesting person who's had an interesting life, and I think that's what interests me more. It's people who've had interesting lives. Like Cantona's an interesting person, isn't he? But it's a no holds barred interview, by the way. It's none of this bloody scripted crap. What's your latest album bollocks? I want proper questions. That's what I would want. Do you think Zidane is on thin ice? Says Bilal. Yes. I don't know whether he should be on thin ice. I think he should be given time. But we know what Real Madrid are like. They react quick. And I don't think Real Madrid are going to get anything from this game, because they need to get a goal, and it's not they're not dominating the game enough to come from 2-0 down to win 2-0. Well, that would be impossible to get to 2-2. It's too much of an even game. So a 2-0 lead in an even game is very hard to do anything about. Rodriguez switches it out to Carvajal. Can he put a cross in? It's not a bad one. Benzema. Cleared it. Who's the best number 10 in Serie A, says Jackie. Definitely Lukaku. He's not even a number 10, is he? Bob Paddock says Zidane is not on thin ice. Maybe not in the immediate future. I mean, they're top of the league, aren't they? Real Madrid are actually playing really well at the moment. They're passing the ball around a lot. I would wonder why Jovic is not playing over Benzema, though, because it's just that work rate. He loves it. Lovely ball by Benzema, though. Corner. I'm not doing prediction on West Ham versus United because I've got to do United tomorrow night. I have seen Stranger Things. I like it. Cross comes in, cleared. They miss Ramos. They miss Ramos on crosses. So many good players there, Real Madrid. They should be doing a little bit of error. Here's the Hazard on the left-hand side. Feeds it into Benzema. And he's lost it. Zinky says that Ronaldo is the GOAT because for me he is. I love Ronaldo. And a lot of it's because he played at United. What I found funny yesterday is how many Arsenal fans loved the fact that Ronaldo was given an Arsenal shirt by Piers Morgan and said that he nearly went to Arsenal. I can categorically tell you that I tell you what, Mendy's just done a similar tackle on Di Maria that Mason Mount got last night. It should be a yellow card. Would you? I'll answer that in a moment, but I can't remember what I was talking about before. Yeah, we're talking about Ronaldo, weren't we? Like, if Ronaldo had gone to Arsenal instead of United, Ronaldo would have just ended up being a Portuguese Theo Walcott. Because listen to Ronaldo, what he says about United. You know, he's always had a God-given talent, but it was the work he did at United with Sir Alex Ferguson and the coaching staff there that set him on the path to greatness. And yeah, Wenger was a good manager, but he wouldn't have had the success there. I don't think he would have been playing as early there either. We got him into the team very, very quickly. I don't think he would have been playing as regularly. He wouldn't have been the same player at Arsenal. And also, don't come at me if you're an Arsenal fan saying yes, he would. He didn't join you anyway. He snubbed you, so shut up. He's our player, not yours. This is not a fantasy world, and Ronaldo snubbed you anyway. So stop pretending that, we nearly came to you. He didn't. He chose United. Do you think Hazard could end up being a flop, says Freddie Mercury? Yes, I do. He could. I'm not saying he will be, but he could. Daniel Brown, I would never play hurling. I was offered a few times to play hurling when I lived in Ireland. Get out. No way. People basically whacking a ball that's really hard with sticks. Not only have you got to watch your head because of the bloody ball, they're also whacking sticks about. I've never understood it. And also, they're like hockey sticks, and they run along by putting the ball on their hockey stick and doing this little tap up in the air. I don't understand the rules either. I've never understood hurling. Irish football and hurling, though, massive in Ireland. Well, obviously Irish football is going to be massive in Ireland, isn't it? It's called Irish football. But yeah, I can't... I've got to be honest and ignorant here and say that I lived in Ireland for 3 years and I never ever got to even understand what the rules were in hurling and all Irish football. $57 minutes gone. I haven't seen Riverdale. My daughter watches Riverdale, Sebastian, so that makes me feel like it's a little bit young for me. Do you like ice hockey, says Paddock? Ice hockey is a game. Like I love sport, so I watch the Ashes because it's a big tournament, but I don't watch any other cricket. I just watch the Ashes. I watch the Six Nations and I watch the Rugby World Cup, but I don't watch any other rugby. And there's a few other sports. Like I watch the Olympics, but I never watch any other athletics. And the reason for that is because they're major events in sports and things that I like, but I can't invest in rugby. I like rugby, but I can't invest any time in it because most of my time is watching. There's just so much football to watch. Like there's Serie A. What a cross that is. It could have been 3-0. There's Serie A. There's Premier League. There's Champions League. There's so much football to watch, and that's what I invest my time in. So I don't have any time to watch anything other than the major sports for rugby, etc. I've just noticed the United stand goalie top is yellow and green. We've got a yellow one and a green one. Real Madrid wear the same kit, and so do United. And this could be 3-0. It's a hat-trick for Di Maria. Oh, he's put it onto the roof of the net. The Snake had a chance for a hat-trick. It was a little dink over Courtois, and he's dinked it onto the top of the net. That would have been his hat-trick. But yeah, so what I was saying there is, I do like a lot of sport, but I only ever really get to watch the major events because I can't watch like the English National League for rugby or, cricket because I haven't got time for it. But ice hockey is a game that I really think if I had loads of time, I could watch ice hockey and enjoy it. I've watched little bits of it, but another thing about American sport that makes me that puts me off about it is it's so intense. It's so intense. Like they play each other 7 times, don't they? Like in the World Series and stuff like that, or whatever. I hear you there. I do not understand cricket at all. I need to sit with someone who does and have them explain it to me like I'm 5 years old, says the veteran trainer 88. I went to watch 2020 at Edgbaston a couple of weeks ago on a Friday night. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant night out. Shisha Sandeep says your subscriber count is stuck at 90,000. Yes, YouTube has changed something today whereby instead of having a live subscriber count where you can see every single number, they've changed it now so it only updates every, I think it updates every 100. So when we get 90,100, it'll go to 90,100, 200, etc. But it doesn't do it by a single digit now. Half an hour to go. Can Real Madrid get back into it? I think tactically... Oh, I thought that was 3-0. Good cross by Di Maria. And PSG looking like they're going to get the third. Good chance. Good chance. Sanchez is a prat. Says, would you rather have Toni Kroos or Gareth Bale at Manchester United? At the moment, you'd have to have Kroos because our midfield's crap. If we had a decent midfield, you wouldn't need Kroos, so it would obviously be Bale. So, yeah, it would have to be Toni Kroos. Another cross coming in, blocked by Courtois. Real Madrid are on the ropes here. They're on the ropes for 3-0. PSG have been the better team. Snake is on fire. Your defence is terrifying, says Freddie Mercury. And we haven't seen Zayn tonight, have we, Prasan Rao? He's probably spent all his life savings. If he's on a self-imposed ban, good. Good. He needs a break. Because you just waste super chats on silly points, I think. Idrissa Gueye looks good, says VJ Deep. I think Idrissa Gueye last season had the most tackles in European football. So, you know, if you like that Moneyball approach to football, then he's a very good player. I used to like Friends, iGalaxy. Now I prefer to be on my own. No, but no, it was a good series. Still 1-0 to Bayern Munich in Red Star Belgrade. Dinamo Zagreb are beating Atlanta 3-0. Man City are still 2-0 up. Juventus against Atletico Madrid, it's still 1-0 with that goal from Cuadrado. Substitutions. Lamar's gone off. Carrière has come on. Apart from that, Juventus are still the same team as well. And this game, of course, 2-0 to PSG. 2-0 to PSG. Alfin Blog says, I know how to get the live sub count back. Open Studio Better and do a window capture of it. Then crop it to the sub counter area. Use an auto refresh Chrome plugin. Boom. There you go. Good idea. And Sean Bordner says, the NHL is awesome, Mark. The crowd's energy fights, big hits and huge rivals. If you ever get the chance, you should go. Playoff time is insane. When does their season start and finish, Sean? Because I do like watching it. I used to love it on the Mega Drive. Absolutely used to love ice hockey on the Sega Mega Drive. I mean, the graphics would be shit now, but there used to be, like, you could foul somebody and they'd lie on the ice with a bit of red stuff coming out of their head. I mean, little things like that just made games brilliant in them days. Breaking Bad movie I'm looking forward to. That's going to be on Netflix, isn't it? I'm also looking forward to The Irishman with De Niro and Pacino. Really, Jimmy Hoffa, the disappearance of him, isn't it? So I'm looking forward to that. Favourite Oasis song, says Logan Vlogs, Changes All the Time. That's not the name of a song. They didn't do a song called Changes All the Time. I mean, my favourite song for Oasis, Changes All the Time. I do like American football, Josh Lespada, but yet again, I would probably only watch the Super Bowl. Because it's such a long thing to get into. I've never liked basketball. I've got to be honest with you. Never liked basketball. I know I'm going to get booed for that. It starts in the fall, playoffs start in the spring, says Sean Bordner. Ice hockey, yeah. 2-0 to Juventus. That's a cracking result for Juventus, and that shows real progress, you know. For two reasons. Atletico Madrid, I believe, are a better team than last year. And secondly, it shows Juventus have progressed from last year as well, because Juventus, Atletico Madrid in the Champions League knockout stage last year, Atletico Madrid battered them in Madrid and should have got a bigger result than they did to take to Turin, and then they ended up getting knocked out. So good result for Juventus, that 2-0, and they've bloody matched me. They've matched me. I said there wouldn't be. I said there'd be more goals in this game. Here's James Rodriguez into Hazard. He's in the penalty box. Has he got any skills? No. He's not having a good game, is he? He's been absolutely shit. In fact, I feel I must tweet that. Scorer for Juventus, Matuidi. The GOAT hasn't got his goal so far. Kisali Chakrabarti says, taking youth into account, how should United go about their transfer business? What should be a successful season for United this year? Successful season for United this year is much the same as a successful season for Arsenal. It's Champions League football. There endeth the lesson. With regards to the transfer window, United need to buy a midfielder and an attacker at least. Of course, Wolves are in the Europa League tomorrow. I forgot. I think Arsenal are kicking off at 6 o'clock tomorrow. The new Caton 2009 has just subscribed to the channel. Welcome, my man. You're very welcome to the channel. Zidane looking like he's staring down the barrel of a defeat. Because he is. Yeah, actually, the subscriber count doesn't update every 100 because we're actually on 90,157. So it updates every 1,000 now, which is crap, isn't it? But there you go. Though I reckon they'll change that soon because it's crap. FIFA 20 tomorrow, says Jason Griggs. I've been asked that one a million times now. I will be getting FIFA 20 tomorrow, but I don't know how I'm going to do a stream tomorrow because United are playing in the Europa League, so I'll be doing a watch along for that. Of course. Ander Herrera's coming on for PSG. So we're going to get a little bit of Herrera. Whether we want to or not. Sad times. James Rodriguez has come on and Jovic has come off. Jovic has come on and James Rodriguez has come on. It's just sad to see Herrera. When our midfield is as bad as it is and we need a midfielder, it's sad. 2-1 in the Juve game. We've got a goal back for Atletico Madrid. I wish I was bloody able to watch both. Apologies for that. It's messed up tonight. And it's Savic who scored in that game. PSG on the attack here again. I feel they'll get a third goal at some point. It's a corner. Carvajal not very happy, but it is definitely a corner. Super chat coming in from Jordan Such. Is it true Arsenal play one of their Europa League games on a Wednesday at 4 in the afternoon? Jordan, it is true. It is true. And it's also true that United play some of their games at 6 o'clock as well. It's odd. It's very odd. But yeah. Well, it's like Spurs. They played early, didn't they? It's because of the some of these clubs are in different countries where it's more compatible for them to play at these times. I can confirm the United games actually for you now. They are playing. I think their next one. I'm pretty sure their next one is. It'll be October, won't it? Yeah, they're playing AZ Alkmaar at 5 to 6. There's no excuse for that. It's in Holland, so they're playing AZ Alkmaar at 5 to 6 on Thursday, the 3rd of October. And then we play Partizan Belgrade at 5 to 6 as well. And then our final game against Astana. This is even better. Thursday, the 28th of November. Get ready for this, everybody. Thursday, the 28th of November, we're playing Astana in Kazakhstan, and that's a 10 to 4 kickoff. 10 to 4 in the afternoon. That's because of the time difference, that is. But 10 to 4 on a Thursday afternoon, we'll be playing a football match. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. I hope you're enjoying this channel anyway. Lots more watch-alongs coming up on this channel throughout the next few weeks. We're doing Liverpool versus Chelsea on Sunday afternoon. Looking forward to that. FIFA 20 streams will be coming up as well over the next couple of days, starting probably from Friday, as long as there's no issues with the EA early access. So subscribe to the channel, get your notifications on. Do you like golf? Says Unknown. Again, I would only watch the Ryder Cup. I wouldn't never watch any other golf. Would you be Ollie out if he lost tomorrow with the wrong substitutions? Hostile? No. If United lost tomorrow, you couldn't be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer out. It would just be a giant killing. I don't think you could be Ollie out for that. 15 minutes to go. Would you rather go into the past or the future, says iGalaxy? Well, I'm going to ask everybody else that as well. Would you rather go into the past or the future? I'd go into the future, because if you went into the past, does that mean... I don't know. You need to set parameters here, because if I go into the future, do I stay the same age as I am now? If I go into the past, do I go back and I'm the same age as I am now? Because if I was going back into the past, one of the appealing things might be to go back to primary school or something when Christmas was good and stuff like that. But then, would it be a different Christmas, or would it be the ones that I had back then? And if I did go back then, I'd probably do something different, which would ruin the future. It's a very, very deep question that you could write a series of books on it, and you need to have the parameters for it. Nick P, Madrid have no bite. They need Shodipo in midfield and Rooney up front. Shodipo, yeah. I remember those days. It's a 50-50 split. A lot of people are saying past, and a lot of people are saying the future. Past, and I would win the lottery, says the next Messi. Past, because in the future I'll die, says Anurag. You could die in the past. You could go and open your gob and get killed. You could go back to the past and say something like Leicester are going to win the league, and people might think you're a madman and put you in a straitjacket or something. It's impossible to go into the future, says Robbie Stones. Yeah, it's a hypothetical question as well. It's impossible to go to the past. What happened to Fosu Mensah? Why don't we play him at right back or CDM? He's injured, Squeeb. Goodfellas or The Godfather? The Godfather, Pat McWinter, 100%. Mark, please don't play with the space-time continuum, says Harry Stokes. People are obsessed with time travel. It's impossible. You can't do it. I like that from Abdi Rahman. Future, same age. Top 4 predictions, says Martin Austin. Be nice if Real Madrid got a goal in this, wouldn't it? Just to make it an exciting end to the game. I think that I would go top 4 be Liverpool, Man City, Spurs, and it really should be Arsenal. They've got the better squad. They've got the better players. 2-1. We've got the goal. He's going to give offside. Why is he giving offside? Oh, wow. Another disallowed goal here. Comes in. That's not offside. How is that offside? How is that offside? Have I missed something? How is that offside? I don't understand how. I need to see that again. How the fuck is that offside? I don't... How the... I'm going to have to tweet this and see if people can explain to me. I am lost now. I'm lost. I really don't understand that. Maybe someone in the live... I should have asked someone in the live comments, but I don't understand how that's offside. Rules are rules, Mark, says David Dillon. It just feels like rules are rules. Interference with play. What a load of bollocks. The keeper doesn't react to the interference with play. The player doesn't touch the ball. We've seen that time and time again where a player is coming back from an offside position and they don't interact with play. He doesn't touch the ball. Nobody's put off by it. Benzema comes off. Everyone plays to the whistle. It's a stupid decision. That should be a goal. That was a stupid goal. He wasn't I don't think he was interfering with play. I'm not going to say he wasn't. Tom Davis says he was. I don't feel that he was. And whether Vasquez moved for the ball or not, he doesn't interfere with play. And Benzema heads it wide. And I think Real Madrid have been a little bit unlucky in this game, to be honest. I really do. Obstruction of the keeper's view. I think football's becoming too bloody bland. It's becoming too rule book. And you know what? My mentality is stuff the rule book. I'm a convention breaker. I'm a rule breaker. I'm not bloody... I hate rules. Vinicius Jr. comes on for Gareth Bale. I think that should have been a goal. Just because it would have made the game a little bit more interesting. A lot of people just don't like Real Madrid in the live comments because you just automatically presume it's, you know, he's interfering. 3-0 to City, says Alvin Blocks. Corey King was at the Southampton game last season. Loves the videos. Thanks, Corey. What non-United watch-alongs are you doing the rest of the week, says Lennon14. Liverpool versus Chelsea on Sunday. We're doing that. Free Roll says, was a cop but hate rules. I suggest you watch Axel Foley in Beverly Hills Cop. He's a cop and he breaks the rules. Imagine if McTominay, Fred and Pogba all got injured, Mark, says Jamie Wiltshire. Time is running out for Real Madrid, says Marcus. Manchester United. I don't think Real Madrid are going to get back into this now. I mean, PSG have done very well considering they haven't got Mbappe, Benzema. We have got Benzema. Juventus have scored again, I think. No, they haven't. What if Zidane gets the sack? Will Pogba still go to Madrid, says Kunal Sankey? Well, he's the player that he wanted, isn't it? Oh, Real Madrid. Real Madrid are not going to get back into this. They desperately needed a Ronaldo. Madrid just miss Ronaldo. They've got fuck all up front, have they? Bit of fighting going on here. I'll tell you what, this Anthony Taylor from the Premier League should not be managing Champions League football. He's crap. Again, rewarding shit. That's what we're doing. He's a rubbish referee. I can't stand him. I think he's terrible. He's one of the worst referees in the Premier League. Couple of yellow cards there. Holly Jennings says, would you rather win the Premiership or the Championship? I think you mean the Champions League. I think for United it's really important that we win the Premier League. Because you can win the Champions League and it's great, but it doesn't, you know, you ask a Liverpool fan, they won it in 2005 and they won it again last year, and they'd swap all that to win the Premier League, because to be the champions of your country in some ways is more glamorous than winning a Champions League knockout tournament. Depends on your circumstances though, because for Man City they'd do anything to win the Champions League because they've won the league a lot recently. It depends on your circumstances. I think for United we haven't won the league for so long that it's the Premier League is the priority. The funniest thing about last season was I think Liverpool would have quite happily swapped a Champions League for the Premier League, and City would have swapped the Premier League for the Champions League. PSG do look better this season, I've got to be honest. Tom Davies says they look more of a team. The trouble with PSG is, at this time of the season, I think they can do this sort of thing. But I think when it hits March, in the knockout stages, their domestic league is so easy that I think they go into games cold. And I think Bayern Munich do it as well. When it comes to the Champions League knockout stage, teams like PSG and Bayern Munich have such an easy domestic league. They go from playing bloody, I don't know, I can't think of a crap French team. There's so many I should be able to think of saying, I don't know, Strasbourg or Montpellier, or I don't even know if they're in that league anymore. And then the next week you're playing Barcelona. It's hard to, you know, get yourself up and down and up and down. And I think that's why PSG won't ever win the Champions League. I think it actually pays to be playing in a competitive league because it keeps you hot for the knockout stages in the Champions League. And then, you know, the Spanish league, it's always going to be Barcelona or Real Madrid and maybe Atletico Madrid, but there's still some good teams in that league. The French league, it's just not competitive for somebody like PSG. Nearly a goal there. Choupo-Moting. Bayern Munich are 2-0 up. Unknown says Leon would beat United now, but United, why are United being brought into that conversation about winning the Champions League? United aren't even in the Champions League. United are the 6th best club in England. Lyon are probably the 2nd best French club. So, and I actually don't think Lyon would beat United comfortably. I don't. I think that's just sensationalist, really, because it's easy to say United are crap, and we're not very good at the moment. But I still think Manchester United would beat most of the teams in Serie A because the English Premier League at the moment is the best league in the world. Bundesliga's got quality, says Bob Baddock. Not really. Not really. Not when it's like Man City in the Premier League, Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga. They're just so much better than everybody else. It's easy. I didn't see Hazard get subbed, Boy Young. I mean, it's hard to tell whether he was on the pitch or not. Napoli beat Liverpool, says Anurag. Yeah, you watch what happens to Napoli at Anfield. Red Star Belgrade beat Liverpool last year. They still won the Champions League. You know, an isolated game, anybody can beat anybody. It doesn't mean they're better than them. Might be another goal for PSG here. Herrera does well. He wanted the 1-2. If Di Maria's dived there, he should be... See, this referee's an idiot. He's already booked Di Maria once. Di Maria goes down on the edge of the box. It's not even Di Maria, I'll shut up. Irrelevant. It's irrelevant. "86 minutes. Hope you're feeling better, Mark, says Rich S. Thanks, pal. Appreciate that. I'm just going to pop for a minute because I'm just going to go and change the channel and we'll watch the end of Atletico Madrid versus Juventus because Madrid have lost. Let's be honest. Madrid have lost. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah. Let's get Juventus Atletico Madrid. I was meant to be watching both games today, but I had a problem with my bloody phone. I'll sort it out for the next game. But let's watch the last few minutes of Atletico Madrid versus Juventus, because this is a more exciting game. Mark, do you think Benzema has fulfilled his potential from the talented youngster we saw at Lyon, says Mr. A? I would say he has. I would say he definitely has. I mean, look at all the titles he's won. Champions Leagues. I mean, could he have been more prolific? Maybe, but he's a very unselfish player. He does a lot of work, and Ronaldo got a lot of goals because of Benzema's work rate. Bodak Jade says City won't win the Champions League because they don't have hard teams in the group stage to challenge them. Let's go Atletico, says Dante Roa. Well, we've got about 3 minutes of normal time in this game and then stoppage time. So let's see if we can get an equaliser. Lovely play by João Felix. Oh, he's such a good player, isn't he? I mean, I always thought £100 million was ridiculous, but he's ready, isn't he? I mean, that Portugal team, I think Portugal have got to be favourites to win the Euros. They're such a good side. Simeone's trying to get the crowd up here. Kieran Trippier on the corner. Mad, isn't it? Absolutely mad. Be a cracking result for Juventus, this will. It's all about topping the group for these two. They'll both get through their group, but it's all about being top of the group, which is the same for Real Madrid and PSG. Thanks, Epic J. Who would I rather win the Champions League, City or Liverpool, says Josh Maffett. I mean, to be honest with you, both are a nightmare, aren't they? Liverpool will have won it another time, and they're already miles ahead of us. And Man City winning it for the first time in their history would be sickening as well. England will win the Euros, I hope. I don't know. That Portugal team... Bloody Bernardo Silva, Bruno Fernandes, Cristiano Ronaldo, Ruben Neves, João Felix. It's bloody good. Very good. I do rate Lozano tough, yeah. Another corner here for Atletico Madrid. And that's the equaliser. They've done it. It's almost like Simeone knew it was coming. He's there celebrating, and it's Herrera with the goal. Powerful header from a corner. We turned over at just the right time, didn't we? 2-2, which is... It's still not a bad result for Juventus, but from 2-0 up, they won't be very happy about that. Simeone's happy. His hair looks like a fanny that needs cutting, doesn't it? It looks like an untrimmed fanny. What is he doing with his hair? It looked much better with a skinhead. But that frizz on the top of his hair looks like an untamed fanny. But good header. Should have maybe had a man on the post, Juventus. I always think that's Juventus' weak spot as well. Their goalkeeper really ain't that good, is he? 2-0. And it's 3-0 to PSG. I've turned over. That was always going to happen, wasn't it? This is the better game. Great header. Says unknown, unknown. PSG dominated. Real destroyed. 5 minutes added on. Juventus Atletico Madrid. Imagine if Atletico Madrid went and won it from 2-0 down. That's the fear. Thomas Meunier scored for PSG. We're not watching that game at the moment. We're watching... Cuadrado should have passed that a lot quicker there. Can Juventus get a goal, though? They're on the attack now. I'll tell you what, I would like Juventus to win the Champions League. I do like Juventus. I'd love them to win the Champions League, but I don't know whether they can. Still time left in this game for Atletico Madrid. Cording wants Atletico Madrid to win this. I don't mind Atletico Madrid. I just don't like Diego Simeone. I just don't. I think it's the Beckham thing. I just can't stand the guy. But I do like some of the players that they've got. Cross comes in. Oh! Ronaldo on the back post. It was coming in so fast, he couldn't really do anything from it. But it was a bit of a chance there. Oh, it does update. It does update every 100. Look, 90,100 subscribers now. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. Ronaldo's been Mr. Invisible. Somebody just said there. Ronaldo does start the season badly, though. He normally does start the season quite quietly. I remember the last few seasons, he started quietly for Juve, Real Madrid. He paces himself through the season, doesn't he? This is still a good result for Juventus, anyway. They'll be disappointed not to have won it from 2-0 up, but just speak to Arsenal. I would hate Simeone to come to Manchester United. He's such a... the way he plays football is not the United way. Oh, Ronaldo! He nearly scored the goal of the game. Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. He went past 3 players and smacked it wide. What a goal this would have been. It would have been... Oh, that would have been brilliant by Ronaldo. I think that's going to be it. 2-2. Simeone's a BTEC Mourinho, says Zero Blade 57. There are similarities in the way they set up, to be fair. Mark, will you ever host more trials for United Stand FC, says Ryder? Yeah, I think we will do. You've got to be good, though, now. We've got some good players. I've changed channel snaps. Yeah, I'm not watching the PSG game anymore. I'm just watching the end of this one. And I always time it well, didn't I? Because I did see the equaliser for Atletico. And the ref blows the final whistle. That's it. It finishes 2-2 Atletico Madrid versus Juventus and 3-0 PSG versus Real Madrid. Fantastic night of Champions League football. I'd say tonight phases it over last night. Really, really, really enjoyable. Thanks everyone for watching. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're new, bottom right hand corner. We will be back with a watch along on Sunday for Chelsea versus Liverpool. But before then, got a bit of content going up for you tomorrow, and then the FIFA 20 stuff will start as well. So make sure you subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner. If you want to catch a bit of United stand stuff, I did my Ole Gunnar Solskjaer press conference reaction this afternoon, and we've also got episode 3 of Blood Brothers, which is the boxing match between Ranson and DT's son. DT acting like God, sending his son to die for him, and a bit of update on the United Stand FC as well. So thanks everyone for watching. I'll speak to you all soon.